The room was quiet, except for the sound of a ticking clock. Aisha sat at the edge of her bed, staring at her cracked phone screen. A text message glowed. "If you want the job, meet me at 10 p.m. Don't be late." Her hands trembled as she read it for the 10th time. The tiny one-room apartment was filled with damp walls and hopelessness. On the corner of the bed, her brother Musa coughed softly in his sleep. Wrapped in a thin blanket beside her, an envelope lay open, a third eviction note. She was drowning. School fees, rent, food, everything demanded money she didn't even have. She thought of the day she met Amaka, the woman with bright lipstick and an air of confidence that seemed to open every door. "You are wasting your time hawking chin-chin, pure water, gala on these streets. Which kind of hustle is this?" Amaka said weeks ago when she saw Aisha sitting on the roadside, counting her small earning. "You will never make enough." "I don't have a choice," Aisha muttered, avoiding Amaka's piercing gaze. "There is always a choice," Amaka whispered, leaning in. "But you have to want it bad enough. Call me when you are tired of suffering." She slipped a card across the table before walking away. Amaka was her well-known customer, and she was left confused. Back then, Aisha hesitated, but tonight, with Musa sick and her landlord threatening to throw them out, she couldn't afford to hesitate. At 10 p.m., Aisha stood outside a dimly lit bar, nervously clutching her handbag. Amaka appeared out of nowhere, with heels clicking against the pavement as she walked towards her with an air of confidence, wearing a weird smile. "You are here," Amaka said with a sly smile. "I know you would come around." What do you want me to do? What do I have to do?" Aisha asked, trying to keep her voice steady. Amaka leaned in closely. Relax, calm your nerves. It is simple. Deliver a package, collect the money, and bring it back to me. No questions, no mistakes. You have to be extremely careful. Can you handle that?" Amaka asked. Aisha hesitated but nodded. "I can." "Good girl. Remember, I promise you that whatever you earn will be way better than that menial hawking that you are doing." Amaka handed a small black bag. "See that black SUV across the road? Take this to the driver. Do not say a word. Don't look at his face. Just hand it over and walk away." What's inside?" Aisha asked as she looked at the weird package. Her voice barely above a whisper. Amaka looked at her. "Did I say you could ask questions? Do you want money or not?" Swallowing her fear, Aisha crossed the road. The man in the SUV rolled down the window, his face hidden in the shadow. She handed him the bag with trembling hands. He nodded without a word, carried it and drove off. When she returned to Amaka, the older woman grinned. "See? That wasn't so hard. Your court will be ready tomorrow. Stick with me, you'll never be broke again." The next day, Aisha stared at the crisp notes in her hands. More money than she had ever seen. It was enough to cover rent and buy Musa's medication. For the first time in months, she felt hope. But deliveries didn't stop, each package bigger than the last. The pay higher than the last. Soon, Aisha was buying flashy clothes and eating at expensive restaurants. She even started posting pictures online captioning them, "Living my best life." When Musa asked where the money came from, she lied. "I got a new job in town," she said, ruffling his head. Deep down, Amaka knew the truth, and the truth got her scared. One night, Amaka introduced her to a man named Chief Obinna, a wealthy businessman with a reputation of shady dealings. "Chief has a special job for you," Amaka said. "If you do this, you never have to worry about money again." Chief looked up and down, his expression unreadable. "Are you willing to do anything for money?" he asked. Aisha hesitated, but nodded. "Anything, Chief." Chief smiled, was slow and calculating. "Good girl. There's a warehouse in Ikeja. You pick up some goods there and bring them to me. It is very sensitive, so you need to be careful." "Can I trust you on that?" Aisha hesitated a bit and asked, "What kind of goods?" Aisha asked, her voice wavering. Chief's tone turned icy. "Don't ask questions. You are smart enough to know that by now." Over the next few weeks, Aisha found herself driving to unfamiliar places, meeting strangers, and handling packages she was too scared to open. She convinced herself that it was all worth it. After all, she was living a good life. She had a new apartment. She can afford whatever she wants to afford. But greed began to consume her. When Chief gave her a bonus for a successful delivery, she spent it on designer shoes instead of saving it for Musa's and herself's future. She started borrowing money from Amaka, promising to pay back after the next job. No money was ever enough at this point. "You are getting sloppy," Amaka warned one evening. "Don't forget where you came from." But Aisha didn't care. She didn't listen. She was too blinded by fast money. The turning point came on one rainy night. Amaka handed Aisha the largest package she'd ever seen. "Take this to the warehouse in Apapa," Amaka said. "And for God's sake, be careful. The police are on high alert." Aisha shook as she drove through the storm. Her mind raced with thoughts of quitting, but the promises of more money silenced her doubts. She was halfway there when flashes of lights appeared from her rearview mirror. Police cars surrounded her, forcing her to pull over. "Step out of the vehicle," an officer shouted. Aisha obeyed, tears streaming down her face. The package was opened on the spot, revealing stacks of cash and bricks of white substance. Amaka's eye widened. She has never seen what is always in the package. "This is a serious offense," the officer said coldly. "You are coming with us." At the station, Amaka's world fell apart. She learned that Chief and Amaka had vanished, leaving her to take the fall. She blamed herself. She wondered what would become of her brother. She wondered what would become of her future. She wondered all her years, and she regretted all her actions all of a sudden. Weeks later, she sat at a cold, overcrowded prison cell, replaying the choices that had led her there. She thought about her greed, her dreams she traded for the life of lies. Desperation had led her to the edge. Greed had pushed her over.
Thank you everyone for watching. What are your thoughts on this story? Are there life lessons to learn from this story? Share it in the comment section so that we can know your thoughts. Also, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Also, turn on your notification bell so that whenever we post new videos, you'll be the first to get the notification. Please stay tuned, and more interesting stories are coming your way from this channel. Thank you so much.